Well, I had a feeling that the Giants drafted an absolute dog when they took Abdul Carter with the number 3 overall pick in this year's NFL draft. However, that was confirmed this past Saturday in their preseason game against the Bills. And you'll say, well, Brian, he only had 1 tackle all afternoon, when you look at his stat line. And yes, that's true. He only played 6 snaps. And then your rebuttal will be, well, yeah, he only played 6 snaps. That's not a big sample size to define him on by any means. And I acknowledge that as well. But it's what he did with the opportunity that was so impressive to me. Abdul Carter had 3 pass rushes the entire afternoon against Buffalo. But through those 3 pass rushes, he generated 3 quarterback pressures. That is unreal. That is maximizing your time on the field. Mitch Trubisky hated to see Abdul Carter come around the corner because he knew he was about to get hit, and, well, he's lucky he didn't. Carter's performance in the Bills game is definitely something to take into consideration. However, I'm more interested in what he's done in Giants training camp because that's going to be the measuring stick going into the season, how he performs consistently in training camp among his group. Well, reports from the Giants training camp indicate that Abdul Carter is absolutely excelling right now. He started practicing with the second team initially, being a rookie, but he very quickly elevated to first team reps all the time for all practices. It happened pretty quickly. That's how consistently he was playing. He's impressing the Giants staff right now with his versatility. And that's something that's going to separate him from other defenders in this league, is that he can rush off the edge, but he can also play as an off-the-ball linebacker, and he can also play from the interior of the defensive line. So you can place him in all different parts of the fields, and he's going to excel. He's a high IQ football player. He's a very skilled, very talented football player. And he's got a wide Rolodex of skills by which he can utilize on the fields. That's why he excelled at Penn State. That's why he was number 3 overall this year. The components that make Abdul Carter generational are his speed, his twitchiness, his spin move. He has one of the best spin moves I've ever seen. And there's been scouts in the NFL that have confirmed that they've seen very few spin moves executed at the level that Abdul Carter does consistently. And this one is huge. As an edge rusher here, it's Abdul Carter's ability to pressure the quarterback, to seek the quarterback out and pressure him. He has a magnetism for the quarterback. And it's fun to watch because with his speed, a lot of offensive lines are going to be no match for him. A lot of tackles are going to be no match for him. He blows by that line and attacks your quarterback. And it's going to be so fun to watch with the Giants. I mean, the guy is an absolute monster. He has all of the tangibles and the intangibles to be an absolute superstar with the Giants. And I've always said this, when it comes to the draft, when it comes to rookies and evaluating talent, there's some guys you get that are a diamond in the rough, and you see them really start to excel in training camp and come into their own and find their identity as a player, as a professional player in training camp. But then there's some guys that you just see at not only the collegiate but the high school level, and you just know they've got it. They're a star. They're going to be an immediate hit. Guys like Myles Garrett, like you just knew it. You knew what they're going to be on the offensive position. Jamar Chase, you knew what he was going to be. I had that same feeling about Abdul Carter. You could tell in high school this guy was going to be an absolute machine at the NFL level, and he's going to excel. This Giants defensive line, which has actually not looked bad. The Giants haven't looked great, but that has been one of the few units on the Giants that have actually performed well. And now you have him, Brian Burns, and Thibodeau on that defensive line. It's going to be scary. This Giants defense is going to be threatening this year. It's going to have a completely new look. And this is just what the Giants need as they're trying to find identity themselves. I mean, they've been down as a team the past couple of years. And so that new look defense through Abdul Carter is going to be something that the Giants are going to use to build in these years to come. It's been a long time coming for the Giants to get a draft pick like this, and I can't wait to see him on the fields getting reps in the regular season. Have a great day.